Grown Black Folks Talk. When delusional men attack CBS and by indirectly Black women. Now, I just did this video. I don't need no delusional man, but you can become essential. But because I was raised by and around essential men, and he haven't even done that video, brought back so many memories of different ones. It really did put me in a very interesting headspace because then I was not prepared to understand what I saw today at first. It's just like always in a situation of discovering just how bad it really is out there. That's not a pleasant thing to say. That's not nice, but it is a fact. And then I also discussed how this occurs is that people do not understand the steps that it takes to become successful, and that men like this project themselves into rooms when they don't belong, and then eventually life catches up with them. And so not only are their projections still operating, but the resentment of having been rejected then becomes something that they lose control of. I'm like, now I understand more how the femicide numbers are so high, why the violence numbers in the country in general in the Black community are getting so high, men versus men too. That number is about 30 Black men killed by Black men every day and about 5 to 6 Black women every day now, and it's climbing. I understand how this happens now because if you can't get CBS to do what you want it to do, then I guess you're going to have to then swing at something you think you can get at. This is why Project 2025 is so serious because you do not, when you read Project 2025, and Project 2025 on the fourth page says that, the family breakdown is the problem, and 40% of the children born in the country are born to single mothers, and 70% of Black children are born to single mothers. Well, the only people that they've named as being a problem are Black single mothers by default. Now, Black women are not 40% of the country. So, of course, no, we didn't have the majority of those babies. White women did. But if you look at the table of contents, well, you see how many white women there are on the table of contents, and you see that white men and white women are projecting, but so are Black men also, which is why you'll find Black men in the table of contents of Project 2025 and also backing this up as well publicly. It is a massive resentment play, but just how stupid and petty it is. Like I said, I'm forever surprised. I was minding my own self business today, and I'm not going to post the responses that I'm going to talk about because that's not on my page. That's basically CBS's property to look at. And I'm going to post the link to this opportunity to everybody so that you can be aware of it. I was minding my own self business. It must have been about 7 hours ago. And I saw this, ooh, hold on. Years on Zoom and still can't get these buttons straight. Hold on. Okay, hold on. And I saw this, and I'll put the link to it in the description for you talented vocalists. CBS is having a mixtape music competition. They want people to do a cover of I Can See Clearly Now. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. Y'all know that song. It's actually one of my personal favorites. Now, I could enter this and probably do a very good cover of it, just me and my little piano, but really is not my lane. But I thought to myself that just because it's not my lane doesn't mean that there aren't two people who I know who can definitely do this. Stephanie L. Woodford is a academic mentee of mine, but also a magnificent musician. Her Instagram is in the comments. She just check out any of her quick covers. This contest was absolutely made for her. It really was, but I'm going to put the links to this in the description because it may be made for some of you also. This was absolutely made for her. And so I'm going to put her in there just because not my bag. I immediately thought of her. And after I thought of her and made sure she had the information, then I thought of my good friend Eric Hollaway, who I've mentioned on this channel before, is one of the Black men I respect. He has a 4.5 octave voice. I've put his main YouTube channel in the description. Check out any of his shorts and listen to him opening his mouth, especially the Let It Be short. The man sings the song over 4.5 octaves. He's going to do an amazing cover. So I don't discriminate between black men and women. If I know that all of them are honorable people and they have ability to benefit, hey, I don't even watch CBS's um I don't watch CBS's morning show generally, but I would love for Stephanie in particular because she's on the rise, but Eric is on the rise at just a more mature age too. And I would love to see both of them be able to have access to this opportunity and get exposure and have new doors open to them. I would love to see that happen. Um, for Stephanie, like I said, she's younger and on the rise in particular, but there's no competition. There's enough room. There's going to be thousands and thousands of people applying. And the people that would like Stephanie would not like Eric, probably. And the people would not like Eric would not go for Stephanie because they're just very, very different. But then there's going to be people that hear the talent and love both. So may the best one win and may the other one get all the exposure they need. It's not a competition in the sense that there's plenty of room for both of them. Their talent will make room for them. Okay, so that's my general attitude. Okay, I also am the same person who observed about myself on Sunday. When Sergeant Love cut that check to take care of some business for some black and indigenous children, I was so delighted by that. And only about 24 hours later did it occur to me that I was delighted by him doing that for them, this man that I love so much. And only 24 hours later did it hit me that I was not at all concerned that he did not drop that check for me. That I didn't need him or want him like that. And that even though I could have gone wool gathering through my mind over how I could have had access to those resources, that's not the page I'm on. There's plenty out here for everybody. It's learning how to walk in abundance. Those children have needs that I don't. I have food and shelter in abundance. I'm good. They really needed that. He stepped up and did what he was supposed to do for those children. And that made me very happy. It made me very happy to look at CBS's opportunity. And although it's not quite a fit, it's not quite a fit for me. I'm delighted that I know two people. And I'm delighted to let you know about it because I probably know more than two within a YouTube channel of 900 people. But then I went back and I knew I saw something in the comments that was absolutely crazy, but I wasn't absolutely sure. So I went back and yep, I'm not going to post those comments because this is not my page. This is CBS's page. But these men had come to attack CBS and call them a loser station and all the stuff for even posting up this contest. And, one of them had asked for, when are you going to ask for more scholars, carpenters, judges, electricians, first responders, farmers, servicemen, doctors, road workers? And then he blasphemed and just about the common layman's input as well. WTF. And that was his third comment because something he had said that he didn't edit himself on that blasphemy. YouTube had snagged it. And no, did he did a complaint complaining about how his comment was instantly taken down. Well, see, YouTube's moderators are at least as strong as I was. His comment wouldn't have stayed on my page at all with that big blasphemy sitting in the middle of it. Nope. So, at least they let him post up the second edit on the foolery. And these men were just all upset. And I could tell by looking at their profile pictures that the majority of them are black men. I'm like, wait, what? CBS has not done anything to harm you. CBS has opened a door for anyone with the talent necessary. But then I kept going, and then one of the gentlemen who was not as easy to identify said, and Beyonce's everywhere rejoiced. Not Taylor Swift's or Adele's everywhere. The name they want to throw in. They blaspheme the name of Christ because he didn't make them whatever they think they wanted to be. They wanted to be to respond to this. And then Beyonce, a black woman. So Auntie Love and Auntie D are sitting here going, you blasphemed twice. I'm going to get you because you just threw God's name in there where it did not belong in the person of Jesus Christ. And then you attack black women. And Auntie Love's going to be like, excuse me, on behalf of the great black mother, what did you just say? So I'm like, majority black men. And again, there's nothing in this I mean, y'all look again. Y'all look at this again. Did you see anything in here that says anything about not? Do you see anything in here that says anything about not for, not that one. That's my actual background today. It's wind be whipping. Hold on. Um, there we go. Y'all need to see my shade breathing like a living thing. The wind is very high here today. That wasn't what I was trying to do. Here we go. Y'all tell me, do you see anything in here that is discriminatory against black men? I, I, I just, there's nothing in here that is discriminatory against men. I mean, I sent it to Eric Hollaway. If you're looking for your big break, no matter who you are, you just cover the song. If you don't know what the song is, you go on YouTube and you find out. Is it just me? Or are these people absolutely nuts? Now, let me break this down the way I did about how this works relative with the conversation with Mr. Henry and Queen Amani Minas. How this works is you don't understand how the world works. Not that many decades ago, there were only three television channels, really: four, five, and seven, or depending on where you lived, ABC, NBC, and CBS. These are your original television juggernauts. And although today there's cable television and the internet is, and Netflix and Hulu and all the rest have taken a lot of that market share. And there's cable, and the people watch a lot of things on YouTube. All these people have representation. These three big ones have representation there. So don't think that CBS has gone away. That is one of the biggest exposure opportunities you will ever get. But the thing about it is, if you are planning on becoming any kind of media person in the world, and CBS offers you an opportunity that's not odious, um, I can see clearly now if we're talking about the same song, it's not an odious song, it's a beautiful song. Why would you not take that? And why would you be mad at anybody else? But see, one of those comments was very telling. He listed himself as, why aren't you asking for judges, lawyers? And I'm sitting there the first time I read it, I thought, well, I mean, I know there's some judges that can sing. I know there's some lawyers that can sing. So you're having a mixtape competition. Okay, they could have asked, you could do a rap cover of it if you wanted to, but we don't ask judges and doctors to sing. We ask them to judge and doc, to do medicine, of course. So, so it confused me at first. And then I thought to myself, he did not identify himself as any of those things. But the last thing he wanted to talk about was giving the common layman. This would be, again, it's like I said, it would be analogous to the common rank and file man in the army of Kush sitting down in the negotiating room and giving his opinion in the presence of Her Majesty Queen Amani Minas and His Imperial Highness Augustus. Because even though she could have diminished him to Aki, those are their actual titles. It's the same kind of projection. But this time, it is a group of men that went to attack an opportunity that just because they couldn't have it, and then they threw Beyonce in there. Again, not Taylor Swift, not Britney Spears, not Selena, not Adele, Beyonce. It's just, Beyonce wannabes rejoiced. What? This is what I want y'all to do, okay? I want you to I want you to realize what I have come to realize. I've spent some time today contemplating and thinking about this. I want you to realize something. These people are sick. I mean, they literally need help. My internet wobbled there, so I want to say it again. These people are ill. They literally need help. They cannot be loved out of this. They cannot be sexed out of this. They cannot be wined or dined or they are ill on a very deep level. Because again, there was nothing there that should have offended any man. Any man who can sing has as good a chance as being on there as not. And if it isn't your lane, you always could go invite someone else. It isn't my lane, but I can go invite someone else and be delighted they're there. But these men hit with this check of looking at someone being on a CBS morning show, realizing they don't have the skills to get there for any reason whatsoever, having conceded that they will never do enough in their life to ever get a spot on that show, having not ever gone through the trouble of looking to see what is necessary to get to that level and maybe doing that, and having no connections with anyone that they love enough that they will be glad to see there, lost their minds and went on the attack in front of the world. And see, this is what makes it difficult. Okay. I can't take you no place. I can recommend Stephanie and Eric for pretty much anything that fits within what they do. They're both honorable people. They mean well by the world around. They take care of their business with their families. They're both married now. Eric has been for a while. Stephanie is recently married, and they take care of their family business. They take care of their mates. Their mates take care of them, and they take care of the community around them as much as possible. They're honorable people. Stephanie was mentoring in high school, younger people in school, big cats, little cats. I remember that. Um, a deep, wonderful heart for people. Sorry, fly distracted me for a minute. A deep heart for people. Eric also. I work with him. I know him. I could take the two of them anywhere that I'm going. And I live my life in such a way that if they saw something that was for me, I'm sure that they could also recommend me as well. In fact, I know Eric has because he and I are making money every day, no matter what anybody does. We just have a good collaboration in that respect that pays. The strength of my music and the strength of his connections. That's just how that is. But these men are lost and entombed in their lostness. Because if I was an investigator who was looking into some people, all I would do is dig back into their YouTube room using the skills and the tools that I would have as an investigator before doing anything with them. It will be part of my vetting and background check process. All I need is to see one comment like that. And no matter what I have available and what other qualifications a man has, that's a no. Now, I do that with women too. I was a moderator when Themis and Thought had about 10,000 people. And while I was moderating, I was paying attention to who was coming through there and who I would never work with ever again in life. Ever. Ever. Because of the behavior. The list expanded with time. I was alto section leader for a very big choir here in San Francisco some 5 years before that. And I was injured and missed a few years. But I left before then, but it wasn't like a hard leave. And it was not in the sense that I wasn't dealing with anybody per se. But when the mutiny happened, and when people made it their business to lie to me about what happened, forgetting I was a professional investigator, yeah, they all got off that list too. Never again. Of course, that choir also collapsed. Churches fell off foundations and were sold because there is an end to your foolery. You can only be delusional for so long before, guess what happens? Reality itself, as I said in the previous video, does this without the heart. Can I cover it? Not, can I cover it? Yes. Without the heart, y'all. With no love. And so then all you are left to do is shout at the void. Do I still have the void in here? Yes. All you are left to do is shout into the void with no one listening to you. There is a very old song about this. A man is refusing to accept his rejection. It's a set of 24 songs from the 1827 in German. Winterreise, Winter Journey by Schubert. And in the 10th song, this man has finally found an opportunity to be safe and to rest after everything that's happened in the first 9 songs. In the 9th song, he was injured. He made a bad choice of a route and managed to get out, but he was injured. And he finally reaches an opportunity to be at rest. But because he is so lost in his mind, you listen to this song and realize he is shouting into the void. He's complaining. He's carrying on about all that happened to him. Nobody cares. There's no one there. And the basso profundo Marti Talvala has this massive cavernous voice. It's so big, you can hear the echoes of both that space that's tiny, he was 6'7", but also the madness. I had no idea in discovering that song this week that I was going to be prepared to listen to these men. You know, CBS doesn't care. They have what, 68 likes up there? I haven't even refreshed the page. Hold on. 68 likes versus whatever else was happening there. I haven't refreshed it since I left it up here because I knew I wanted to talk about it. So at least at that time, 68 people had already seen it. And it had like just come out at 7 hours ago now, but it had just come out when I saw it at first. So I'm quite certain that there are plenty of people that have looked at it and are either getting ready or talking to their friends or letting people know, and you're still in day one, having seen this video, for those of you who are interested in doing that. But to see these men so completely enraged at nothing, to see them so enraged that someone else might be able to apply for this opportunity. It takes nothing from them if anyone does. To see them so completely enraged. Here's what this also means. Just like it is in the 10th, well, my lighting in here, well, it's getting late, it's 7 o'clock, but you can read it. That's the kind of behavior that will not allow you to progress in life. It's kind of behavior that gets it so that you die hard soon. Because literally, people like me can't take you anywhere. People like me have to let you stay right there once we find out this is what's going on with you. That's what happens. So I'm putting this out here not to kick those men while they are clearly down bad. I didn't put that in to kick them while they're down. I put them in here because they demonstrate. You know, I could have done a different video today, because someone had the temerity to talk about how either the hypergamy or the delusional men, that we're avoiding American Black women and going their own way. And I said in the comment, if you are, why are you talking to me here as an American Black woman? That's that same daydreaming, because you're talking about leaving, but you can't stop talking to me. You're talking to the very one you can't figure out how to leave. So, but this because it's bigger and more dangerous. Bigger and more dangerous. And in fact, having updated it, there are more men complaining. Hold on. Some of them aren't living in a certain section of the world where they're going to be allowed to apply. There are even more. That's amazing to me. They're trying to get their favorite people who control the event entered in there. I it is this is happening in real time. So I want y'all to understand, ladies in particular, what you have to do to vet for this is let these people see someone whom they consider less than them advancing. And their reaction to it is actually going to tell you how they're going to treat you should you continue to advance. If I were considering a man for marriage, I only need to see one comment. In fact, there is a man right now who does not know it, but will never be able to do serious work with me again. I went far enough down into his Facebook to find one comment about where he thought it was okay to beat up black BITCH for whatever it was. I can't remember right now. No, I need only to see it once. Because what people, as the Lord Jesus Christ said, what proceeds out of the mouth tells you what's in the heart. No matter how deep that you thought that buried was. And it wasn't just that he thought it was cool there was an occasion that was cool, because I would have understood self-defense. But the fact that he had to put that BITCH on there. It was not enough to say that, okay, there's occasionally there's self-defense, but that he had to also dehumanize. It's buried deep, but the Spirit said, go looking. Because you're not understanding why certain projects are going wrong. Go look. I'll tell y'all another time how a white man cut him out of that project leadership. And I sat back and let it happen. Because, see, I'm a black woman. If you talk about dehumanizing me and having me beat for any reason at any time and I find out, you've already betrayed me. And ladies, that's the attitude we're just going to have. Because literally, the level of illness in this, it just exposed by CBS having a contest. It just, again, they ain't throwing Taylor Swift's name in it. She's actually got more shine than Beyonce right now. Project 2025 is not coming to terms with the idea that if 40% of the country's if 40% of the country's children are born to single mothers, white women are about 25% of the population, 25, 26. So a lot of those children must be theirs. But they're not gonna say nothing about that. No, they just gonna put all that projection on black women. It's the same thing, y'all. And we just have to decide when we see this sickness, we're going to call it what it is, realize we've already been betrayed, and move accordingly. All right, that was grim, but I'm going to go ahead and get it up tonight so that y'all can kind of chew on this as you get ready to go do whatever it is you need to do tomorrow. All right, have a good night now. Goodbye.